I'm Caleb Becker, and this is Blizzard Baja.
Here on Blizzard Baja, we design and build off-road cars to compete in races across the country. Every year, we take on the challenge of engineering a brand new vehicle from the ground up, testing our designs, solving real mechanical problems, and pushing ourselves to build something stronger, faster, and more reliable than the year before. To make that happen, our enterprise is split into sub-teams based on specialization: suspension and chassis, drivetrain, electrical, and business. Each group tackles a different piece of the car, but everything comes together as one system and one team. Starting with suspension and chassis, they design and manufacture the frame, driver protection system, and all suspension components that keep the car stable, safe, and ready for rough terrain. With drivetrain, they focus on all components involved in transferring power through the vehicle. Their role is to ensure the engine's output is delivered to the wheels smoothly, efficiently, and without failure. On the electrical side, we handle all electrical components on the car, from tuning the ECVT to building our custom sensor network for data acquisition. We make sure the car can communicate with itself and with us. As for business, they manage all of our sponsor outreach, budgeting, cost reporting, merchandise design, car graphics, and social media. They keep the team funded, visible, and connected to our community. And last but not least, we have our welding team, the group that brings our designs to life. With all of these sub-teams working together, our team focus is clear. This year, we are focused on the design and manufacturing of our newest car that is soon to be revealed. On top of this, we are optimizing our current competition car to handle the rough conditions that we expect in the next competition. To understand how we're pushing performance this year, we're starting with one of the biggest changes to the current competition car, the ECVT. Here's Aiden to break it down.
Hi, I'm Aiden, the electrical team lead. One of the biggest recent changes on Gremlin is the addition of our electronically controlled continuously variable transmission, or ECVT for short. An internal combustion engine has very specific conditions for peak efficiency. As the name implies, the ECVT continuously varies the transmission's gear ratio, allowing the motor to perform under its ideal conditions all the time. Previously, the team used a mechanical CVT that controlled the gear ratio using a set of springs and weights. While effective, the number of adjustable weights and springs, as well as the time it takes to change them, made tuning the mechanical CVT difficult. The goal of the ECVT is to drastically simplify the system using one motor to actuate the primary sheave instead of a combination of springs and weights. All adjustments can be made with code and loaded into the ECVT in seconds, and the collection of sensors on the ECVT provides instant feedback on the new tune's performance. Removing the spinning weights resulted in a huge 47% reduction in rotational inertia. With our ECVT's first iteration, we achieved a maximum speed of almost 30 miles per hour. With adjustments, we expect to reach a maximum speed of around 40 miles per hour. The next steps are to reduce the force required to actuate the ECVT and further tune our PID control loop to achieve a 4.2 second 100-foot acceleration test during this upcoming competition season. Of course, power is only part of the story. The car's frame and suspension have to take the hits. Matt's been working on that side of the build.
Hi, I'm Matt, the suspension chassis lead. So our current car, Gremlin, is lighter than our older car, Matador, but is still heavier than we want. Our goal is for the new car to have less weight and more efficient suspension. With all Baja cars having the same motor, minimizing weight is everything. To have a quick car, you need to have consistent suspension feel for the driver and components that will take the abuse of the competitions. We are working to have a more sensitive and predictable suspension platform for the next car. To get these results, we're designing a completely new frame with a smaller footprint, optimizing tube sizing, and members that are placed strategically for rigidity. The frame is lighter weight and has mounting points that make it easy for us to improve our shock efficiency. We designed the front suspension around rear Ackerman steering and a shock mount on the lower A-arm. This style of steering gives us a better driver feel and better handling on loose surfaces. The shock mounting on the lower A-arm allows for better shock angles and efficiency. We are also able to reduce the weight on our steering knuckle. In the rear, we changed from a trailing arm design to a semi-trailing arm. This combined with the frame mounting, we get a much more sensitive system with about 20% higher shock efficiency. The next step for our team is to verify our designs with FEA and motion body simulations. Then comes the manufacturing, where we'll begin machining, bending, welding to get the final product. There's still more that could be done to optimize the car, but we've made a significant step forward to having a better performing car and are setting a new baseline that can be built off in the future. As all this comes together, we're confident this year's car will raise the bar for what Blizzard Baja can do. And as engineers, we cannot wait to put it to the test.